Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe and welcome back on the channel Late Night Juve Show. It is late night in Europe where I'm living because it's already midnight. I don't know where you are living, my friends, but for you maybe it's already the morning or the afternoon. Anyway, we saw a great Serie A weekend that it's not over because tomorrow is the last game with Juventus Sassuolo, and Juventus has an amazing, a big opportunity to win and to pay attention to the top four that is crucial and so important. That will be tomorrow, a game that for the first time this season, I don't know, my friends, I don't know. Wait a bit, because I have to go a bit closer here. No, here I'm a bit too close. So let's go back here. Or maybe I have to go a bit here. Here we are. So, tomorrow we have a lot of injuries. We will speak about that. Quadrado, Danilo, pay attention. We already saw the last formation, the last lineup. There is maybe a surprise with Vlahovic that might start on the bench. I know, pay attention. It's fresh news just posted that Vlahovic could be on the bench tomorrow. We'll speak about that. But first of all, we have to speak about Serie A day, because what a day. Mamma mia, it started already yesterday with the friendly between Inter and ex-Inter coach Mourinho. That was another friendly that we have to speak about. But also the games of today with Milan, with Tonali scoring versus Lazio. Do you remember that goal of Paulo Dybala versus Lazio at the 93rd minute? Do you remember that goal that gave the Scudetto after a few games to Juve? Milan is still in the run. Pay attention, because all our opponents, the ones that are competing with Juventus for the top four, they all lost. We're speaking about Roma, Lazio, Fiorentina of the magic coach Italiano, the best in the world. We have to speak about that. We have to speak about a lot of things, my friend. Let me say hello to the people in the chat. We have Bogdan. Ciao, my friend Bogdan. George, who's saying I can only see the first 10 minutes because tomorrow is 7 a.m. for school. School is more important. Ciao, Cyril. Bogdan again. Vincenzo from Toronto. So there it's afternoon in Canada. Ciao, Gravush. It's so late. I know. But you know, guys, I have a family. I have a life. I can't just go whenever I want. You know that. From the day I will live from YouTube, I will buy a studio for me with a closed room that I can go and I can set up an agenda. Until then, if it happens in maybe 5 years, it will be like that. Random in the night. Ciao, my friend Ali. Ciao, Gianni. Ciao, Dino. We know. I just spoke about it. I saw it. I will speak about the lineups in a bit. Ciao, Maric with the Red Bull car. I don't like it. Today, guys, was not a good day for Ferrari. Disaster, Ferrari. The nice shirt. The shirt is nice. The shirt is nice. Indeed. Ciao, Ryan Moreno, Karn, Gianni, Ahmad, Mohan, Francesco. Who is there? Clovisha is there as well. Ciao, guys. Yeah, I know, guys. I will try to be a bit earlier the next time. No Vlahovic. That's the last rumor. Then predicted lineups, that doesn't mean that they are the correct lineups. Predicted lineups are from the papers with the sources they have, but we will have to pay attention what will happen tomorrow. From Dubai, Techie is there as well. Ciao, Locatelli today was the big bad news and the big sad news of yesterday. Ciao, Ragnar, my friend, who is there as well. Ciao, everyone. Hamza and Moreno again from Canada as well. So, do we start speaking about the results of Serie A that were totally crazy? I don't know, guys, but crazy. If we go to the fixture of that last day, and we know that tomorrow there is the last game of Juve, what do we see? We see Torino Spezia. Who cares? Venezia Atalanta. Atalanta, luckily they lost a few games. They are still in Europe competing, I believe. No, it's not true. They are out. It's just Roma that is still in the competition. But Atalanta won 3-1. Good for Juventus that they lost a few games before that, because otherwise they would have been really close. They still have one game in hand. Roma, that played in home of San Siro, Giuseppe Meazza, they lost 3-1 yesterday. I told you in the beginning when I started the live yesterday was a friendly. Mamma mia, disaster Roma, without Grinta, without anything after the game. Mourinho even said that the cameras, no shame, the guy, no shame. He said yesterday, you know what, now that I played versus all the big teams, Milan, Napoli, Inter, and Juve, that I played all of them, I can honestly say that I am supporting Inter and now. Like we didn't know before. Guys, we saw it immediately at the first whistle that Roma didn't want to play that game. It is what it is. Verona did 1-1 versus Sampdoria. Salernitana that won 2-1 versus Fiorentina of the big coach Vincenzo Italiano. Guys, I already said on the channel, pay attention, Fiorentina is a nice team. They did so good this year. They have an amazing coach that will be the future of the Italian coaches, but an experience playing 2 games in a week is difficult. It's difficult, especially for coaches without experience. They lost 2-1 versus Salernitana. Salernitana that is fighting for the relegation zone, and they deserve that win. They deserve. I know the possession of 78% or 72% versus 28. I know that, but who cares about the percentage? Because in football, as we always said, what matters is the goals that you're putting more than the other team, than your opponent. 2-2 versus Bologna and Udinese. The crazy game, Empoli-Napoli. Napoli, the Butlers. The Butlers, Napoli. What a disaster. That game made me crazy because I was watching Formula 1 with Ferrari being 6th and Sainz being out immediately after a few seconds of the circuit. But then it remains 10 minutes. So I change immediately from Formula 1 to watch the last 10 minutes with Napoli winning 2-0, 80th minute. Empoli scores and then a double. A brace of Pinamonti with a crazy thing from Meret. Meret is not the goalkeeper for Napoli. Let's not exaggerate. What a disaster goalkeeper. Genoa 1, Cagliari 0, Lazio 1, Milan 2. A Lazio that scored immediately with an amazing assist from Sergej Milinkovic, that hopefully one day he will join Juve, not too late because it's an amazing player. Another assist for him, if I'm not wrong, 10th assist with Lazio, really great this season again, Sergej Milinkovic. But then there was only Milan that has a bit the same problem as Juventus. They no, maybe it's even worse because they create so much, but so much. They had the dominance of the game, they had everything, but they were not able to score. And then luckily they were able to score, because I said luckily. Today, I will tell you the truth, I'm happy that Milan won. I didn't celebrate. Wait, I have to say I received a message. Wait, let me say hello. Let me say hello. Oh. Oh, I have a good news. I can't reveal, guys. I can't reveal, but I have a really great news. I can't reveal. It's a secret. A really great news. I'm happy that I watch my phone. And then, wait. And then they scored the last goal with Tonali. Tomorrow, Sassuolo versus Juve. So let me read a bit the chat before continuing with speaking about the games, because at the end we have to speak about the games where they're bottled and so on, when we will see the ranking of Serie A. So let me say hello and speaking with the chat. Time for Dybala to step up his game. That will be an important one. If you want to, you can also speak about the game of the result that surprised you the most of all the games that we saw today. Napoli, Milan, and so on and so on. Which one surprised you the most? Which player impressed you the most? So that we can also speak a bit about these things before going into detail of Juventus, because Juventus tomorrow has the really big occasion to go really on top, and to fix that top 4 that is so crucial. Ciao Ryan, Beppe, and all the chat. With Cuadrado out tomorrow, who will be a replacement? We'll speak about Juventus. I know that you want only to speak about Juventus. Home of Juve, my friend. Hopefully we'll win tomorrow. We'll be 8 points clear if we beat Sassuolo tomorrow. Then we just need 2 more wins versus Genoa and Venezia. It's true. It's absolutely true, if we have enough players to play, because otherwise we lose 3-0. Huh? If we don't have at least 7 players on the field, we have a problem. Ciao, Yola. Thomas, ciao, my friend. Calcio is crazy. Calcio is crazy. We lost the Scudetto. That's a fact, my friends. By the way, Inter and Milan, they are sure to be in the Champions League for next season. They already mathematically reached the minimum points to be in Champions League. So there are two spots. Two spots for a lot of teams. Napoli, Juve, Fiorentina, Roma, Lazio, maybe even Atalanta. We play tomorrow, the 5th, and then 4 games. 4 games to go. No. McKenny problem. Is the news regarding Juve on your channel? I will speak about it now. No. It's something else. Salernitana to stay up. Maybe. The 3rd win in a row. Let me check. Punzara is there as well. Ciao, Punzara. Marco Juventino, if we can win tomorrow, I would love to finish the season above Napoli. Hopefully, that would be a beautiful one. Ciao, Anthony Schifano, who is saying, let me see what he's saying, Anthony Schifano. Ciao, Beppe. Ciao, Maric. Debt has left the chat. Who's Debt? Yes, that's a big problem. So, guys, if you want to know the game that surprised me the most, that gave me the most emotions in terms of 90 minutes, of course, it was the game Lazio-Milan, where I really saw a stronger Milan. It's really strange because Lazio had a week to prepare that game, while Milan, they played also and they lost big time versus Inter in Coppa Italia. So physically, I was thinking that Lazio could do something. Not that they were stronger, but 1 week to prepare it. And we know that Sarri, when he has an entire week to prepare a game, he can also surprise also some teams. He knows his team already. It's the end of the Serie A. He flopped because after scoring that first goal, and Milan really wanted to win that Scudetto. They really want to go for it because they know that it's now or never. Because then they know that Juventus will go back to the victory next year and we will go and win again for 9 years in a row. So they know it's now or never. They have the opportunity, and from the moment that they conceded that goal, they knew that they had to play. And they did a lot better with a disaster defense of Lazio. But that was the game that gave me the most emotion for 90 minutes. The one that made me laugh a lot, even if I'm not surprised, is the game Napoli-Empoli. Disaster game. Disaster game for Napoli, but I'm not surprised. It's not a game that surprised me. Why? Because I told you so many times on the channel, you have a Spalletti that from the moment that Spalletti is actually going to the top, when he has that possibility to go to the top, he bottled it. Because he's looking at the ground, he did it again today, looking at the ground, thinking, instead of motivating his team. Today he did really strange changes and so on. I don't understand. 2-0, you take away a Mertens that was putting a lot of offensive solidity and creativity. Disaster for Spalletti, that was not able to manage the subs, but also not to keep his team alert, and they flopped. And then Napoli, because it's the history of Napoli, to be able sometimes in some cycles to go to the top and then thinking that it's done, thinking that they already won the Scudetto, and then they bottled it. But that's the story of Napoli. So I'm not surprised. Disaster from Meret with that really big. I talked a bit about Donnarumma that lost the Champions League because of his mistake. This one was even worse. Even worse. So we will go through we will go in a second to the rankings. Brett, I'm so happy for Milan. They have true Milanista, Calabria, Tonali, better than the Interista. The amount of talent in Milan is better than Inter. Leao, Kalulu, Maignan. Do we want to speak about the players of Milan a bit? We can. Ciao Golden. We can speak. Leao is a player that I really love. He's impressive. Today, he was joking with the defense of Lazio. He was, for me, best man of the match. I didn't understand why Pioli took him away. I think he could have risked a lot if Tonali is not scoring. Probably on all the papers tomorrow, they would have spoken about his choice of taking away Leao. Because he was totally informed. He was not tired. He was playing quite well. He was the most dangerous man. I love him. If there is something that he has to do better, is being more precise. Because he's absolutely not precise. Every time that I know that he's going on the left side dribbling, exterior or interior, I know that that ball will go into the net, in the side net, every single time. But he's a big talent. He needs a Capello that takes him here and put him in a room, closing the room, and show him, so you know, this kind of VHS, these old videos that you are playing in a screen that is not even a 69 frame, and showing him actually goals, not highlighting skills, because that's something that he already masters, but the goals, and then he will be a champion. Kalulu today didn't impress me a lot, but he's really a talent. I said it the first time that he played versus Juve, if I'm not wrong, his first appearance when he entered for subbing an injury. I don't remember. Kalulu is a great player. And Maignan is proving actually how great the partnership Elliott with Milan and Lille is working really well, because we know it. Leao is coming from Lille, Maignan as well, and probably next year they will even have Botman. And they're still in talks with Renato Sanchez, but it's not sure. But Botman will be also another reinforcement in the defense for Milan. But it's true that they have a great talent. I don't know if they will be able to open a cycle, because they are still a bit fragile. For me, they are still a bit fragile, and we saw it how many times they had really the opportunity to close Serie A, because they could have been at plus 10 over Inter when they had a really difficult moment, and time on time they were not able to close it. Same today, they were about to bottle it, but it's true. We will pass Napoli. A lot of people are confident. You know, I told you so many times that for me, first of all, I want to secure top 4. That's for me the most important thing, securing top 4, because it's not said, if tomorrow we lose, we have a problem, guys. We have a problem. Tomorrow, if we lose, we have a big problem. I will tell you also why. We have no players anymore, especially in midfield. We have no players. We'll go through the ranking in a second. Ciao, Sader. I'm doing okay. It started to be warm also in Belgium. They spoke about it, that it will start to be colder again, but it started to be a bit warm. Or maybe it's too many lights. I don't know. Today, look at that. I'm beautiful. I can't wait for Juve, so I'm a bit stressed. With today's result, I think Juve need to win 3 games to secure top 4 or maybe 3rd place. 3 games are important. I repeat you the games in a row. We are playing versus Salernitana, Venezia, Genoa. Pay attention, because we are speaking it's easy, it's fantastic, we will win. It's not said, because this team like Salernitana, they won today versus Fiorentina. They are giving their life. They don't want to go in Serie B. I never understood why they are waiting until the 5, 6, 7 last games of the season to finally start, if they could have played with that grinta, with that motivation for a bit more. I'm not saying 38 games, otherwise they would play for Champions League, but at least some games more, they would have a comfortable season. No, they are waiting until the end, but it's not easy. Playing Venezia, then Genoa, and then we have the 2 big games. In bracket, you have Inter, the Coppa Italia final, and then you finish with Lazio and Fiorentina. Would be crucial and important to win tomorrow already, putting that distance, because the other teams, it's not said that they are all winning. Hopefully they can lose, and we can go to the last 2 games of Serie A with a team that actually already secured the top 4. Super important. Will we see some more magic tomorrow? Maybe, but I don't know, guys. I'm a bit stressed for the game of tomorrow. I'm a bit stressed. Ciao, Beppe. Hopefully we will win tomorrow. I have faith that today I need you, because you are positive. I am scared for tomorrow. Before the Tonali goal, he was playing so many bad passes. It's also true. But it was at least one that was creating something. I told you, if there is a magic wand, I would give him a bit more precision, accuracy. So let's go to the ranking of Serie A, and then we will go to the probable lineup. Today should not be a really, really long live. Wait a second. Where is the Serie A? Here is the Serie A. So we go back here, and we go to the table of Serie A. What is the table saying? That Milan is still on top with 2 points over Inter. Pay attention, because Inter has still 1 game in hand that they will have to play versus Bologna. So they still have 5 games in Serie A. Pay attention, because that game plus the game of Coppa Italia. That means that they have still 6 games to play, while Milan, they still have only 4 games. So the fatigue will also be on the legs of Inter. Pay attention. That's something that people are not considering, because it's true that the calendar are saying it's more easy for Inter, a lot more difficult for Milan, because they already had their easy game. Pay attention, because the fatigue, being a bit tired, maybe some injuries, maybe some players that will have some red cards, and so on Inter side, it's not over, and that's why it was crucial for Milan to win today. So these 2 spots, forget about them. Then you have a Napoli at 67. If tomorrow we win and we are looking at the top of the ranking, tomorrow we can say that we are at 1 point of Napoli. And then I agree with all the people in the chat who are saying, let's go Beppe, let's go and take that 3rd spot. Let's finish over Napoli, that we're laughing with Juventus when we were losing versus Empoli. Let's go and beat them and be 3rd so that we can laugh with them. And then I agree, because then everything is possible, my friends. Because Napoli, if we are looking at their calendar, pay attention, because they are playing Sassuolo next week, after we will play versus Sassuolo, and we know that it's always difficult. Torino is a team that has some grinta with their coach. Juric, that already gave us a beautiful gift last season when he was coach of Verona with Faraoni, never forget. A Genoa that is in relegation zone, and then a Spezia. Spezia is quite easy. They don't have a lot to prove. They are playing at home. Maybe they want to finish their season with something done in Napoli, but that's not 100% sure. And then pay attention, because you have Roma at 58. So if tomorrow we win, we go at +8. +8 tomorrow. +8, my friend. No, yeah, +8. That would be fantastic. +8 with 4 games to go. Can you imagine? That's 12 points. 12 points that are to play, and we have 8 margin. That means that with 2 more wins, we are in top 4. But everything starts with tomorrow, with Sassuolo, my friends. The Fiorentina, they have 1 game in hand, so they can go at 59. Important, because we know if they are at 59, it's a +7. -7 of Juve. Lazio, they already played all their game. Luckily, they lost today. It's 56, so they are far away from Juve. And Atalanta, even if they win, they go at 57. So tomorrow we have to win. There is no discussion about that, because apparently the other ones, they don't want to go in top 4. They don't want to. So let me see what you are saying, guys. They changed manager. I don't know who, but who? Torino changed manager. No, Torino didn't change manager. Since when? I think, no. Let me check. That would be really strange. I didn't know that. Torino changed management. No. Guys. What are you saying? Let me check. Torino versus Spezia. They won today, by the way. And Torino is still Juric. What are you saying, guys? Salernitana. If you are speaking about Salernitana, yes. Salernitana, I know. Of course, I know. I just saw the second Milan goal should have been a foul on Lazio player. You know that. Don't speak too much about that. Because if you are looking at the first half, I believe there was a penalty. Clear penalty for Milan. And then there is that dubious, really strange shooting with the goalkeeper of Milan. I don't know, my friends. Hanin, SMS has 20 assists plus goals, amazing as a midfield. He's top. He's top. Marian, what do you think about the game of tomorrow formation? So we will go to the formation of tomorrow. Ciao Mohamed Youssef. By tomorrow, if we secure a win, we can play with a young team with less risk. Yeah. Guys, okay, let's speak about the youngsters, by the way. No, we will speak a bit later about the youngster. Just I want to appoint one important thing. The really important thing about the youngsters is that the youngster of under 23, they qualified for the playoff, okay? Playoff of going to second division, Serie B, because you know that in a third division you have a tot of team, and if you are part of it, you will be able to play against some team, and maybe if you win all these games, you go into the second division. Was it immediately an objective for Juventus to go in second division? No, we wanted to arrive at the playoff and we wanted to do better. This time it's the first time that we have as many points, so Juventus did already the best with the under 23 since our creation. We can already applaud, and then we will play the playoff. So why would you take away, if we already won, if let's say that we secure top 4, why would you take away the best young players from the playoff, where you have the possibility to go in second division, to take them and to play them in Serie A for 2 games? Makes no sense for me. It makes no sense. Let them play with under 23 if we don't need them, because tomorrow Miretti and Zuelli, they will be with the first team, they will be on the bench, not Sule because today he played. So tranquilli. Yeah, they won, by the way, 3-2, 3-2 they won. A grande Maric. That was a really beautiful result. The women, they won 5-1 versus Lazio. Lazio that is not that strong with the women team. Apparently Juventus, if they have, I believe, 1 more point, they go and they are, again, for the 5th year consecutively champion of Serie A. So for the youngsters, before going into detail, let them stay where they are. Let them fight for something really incredible that is, and I don't know if we will make it or not, but that is fighting to go in Serie B. I think that they really deserve it. If we are already qualified and we don't need them, I prefer to play with the Bernardeschi, with whatever player that are at disposal, than with the Miretti, Sule, just for the sake of seeing them. I don't care to see them if they can fight for something totally important, that is maybe going into second division, because that could be super, super important. My idea, guys, and maybe you don't believe me. Di Maria, we will speak about Di Maria, of course. So now that you want to know about the lineups, we will go. Ciao Salvatore. That's a long time ago. I didn't read Salvatore. Beppe, we might have to look at some of the under 23 players to stand up, be counted in England. The top teams play their under 19. Yeah, of course. Ahmad, so many injuries, this game is worrying. So what about the injuries? Before going into the probable lineups of Fabiana Della Valle, we know Chiesa, Caio Jorge, we know. These ones, you will not see them again. We already knew them, it's already a long time. McKennie, that initially we thought that he would not be back, they gave us some hope, saying that maybe McKennie would be back a bit earlier, and maybe end of April, so that he could play the last 3-4 games, maybe the last 2 games of the season. And we were hoping for him. Today in press conference, Massimiliano Allegri said that he just started to run. Guys, we're speaking about just running, and that probably we will not see him until the end of the season. Speaking about Locatelli, and that was for me a big surprise. I made a video about it this morning. Locatelli, maybe, it's not sure, but maybe the season is over, but he will not be there tomorrow. Arthur will not be there tomorrow. And off top of that, when we saw actually the players that would travel to Sassuolo for tomorrow, Cuadrado is not there. Slight muscular injury. We don't know how serious it is. Hopefully we will not miss Cuadrado, so Miretti and Zuelli will be there with the team tomorrow. And that's a big problem, because we have no midfield. We have only Zakaria and only Rabiot. Danilo is not at the top of his form, okay? So what are the probable lineups? Guys, I will tell you. The probable lineups are quite easy. It's a prediction, guys. It doesn't mean that it's 100% sure. It's a prediction by Gazzetta dello Sport that said Szczesny into the goal. Then we have De Sciglio, De Ligt, Bonucci, and Pellegrini. 4-man defense. And then you have a kind of 4-4-2 that can become a 4-3-3 with Bernardeschi, Danilo, Zakaria, Rabiot. On top, Dybala and Morata. And this is the big surprise in the prediction. Again, it's a prediction. Vlahovic on the bench. He could be the big sensational surprise, having Vlahovic on the bench tomorrow to start versus Sassuolo. Would be something really, really, really Interesting. Why? I don't know. It's true that since Vlahovic came, he played all game except of one that he entered in the last minutes, but otherwise he played every single game in a new dimension that is Juventus. He scored the last one versus Bologna. Luckily, he didn't score versus Fiorentina. Also true. I don't know why. But it's a really strange formation. Really strange formation because when I see that, I have my questions about what Dybala will we see. I have my questions about Bernardeschi, of course. Rabiot is doing well, but Rabiot is at risk of suspension. But of course, you have to play Rabiot. Morata, the last time he didn't even had one shot on goal. It's a disaster. And Danilo is not even 100% at his form. So the lineup of tomorrow, my friends, is scaring me a bit. Yes, Ake still injured. Yes, my friend. Injuries, no creativity. Tactical blunders. Is Allegri even up to the job? Riding on Conte's labor for years doesn't make him a world class. Serious doubt. Ciao Saswat, and thank you for the donation. But I don't know, Saswat, if you are following the channel or not. I think it's a big disrespect for Allegri to say that he was surfing on the Conte wave for years. I think it's a big disrespect because Allegri already won with Milan a Scudetto. He took away the last cycle Scudetto of Inter before winning again now. Of course, he came in a team that was perfectly oiled and really well managed by Conte. I already said on the channel, Conte is, after Lippi, the one that gave me the most emotion at Juve. Perfect coach, but you can't just surfing on a wave when you have a Antonio Conte that goes out in the Champions League versus Galatasaray. When he's not able to qualify to the final of Europa League, he did disaster in Europe, not only with Juventus, because he flopped with Chelsea, he flopped with Inter, he flopped with every single team that he was managing. As a coach that is not able to do 2 games in a week, the last 2 games of Tottenham are not that really great as well. You can say that Allegri surfed of the Conte wave maybe for the first months, 6 months, but then he arrives in the Champions League final, and okay, let's say it was the team of Conte. Maybe I will give you the benefit of the doubt, but he did it again 2 years later. Meanwhile, he has beaten a Real Madrid. He has beaten so many big teams. So I think it's a bit disrespectful for the third coach after Guardiola and Ancelotti that has the biggest percentage of win in the top 5 leagues. I think it's a bit disrespectful, I believe, because there are no mystery. If you want to, then we can speak about Xavi, we can speak about Italiano that today is able to lose and flop versus Salernitana, that the last 3 games versus Juve scored the beauty of 0 goals. We can speak about these kind of trainers as well. And I repeat, that's what. I'm not even a big fan of Allegri. Allegri is not my favorite coach. But disrespecting him, saying that he was surfing on the labor of Conte, for me it's too much. And then, if you want to say, I don't like his style, opinion. And I can tell you, yes, you are correct. You are not obliged to like. I understand, because of course it's not an offensive crazy football. It's not the football made of 90-minute pressing like gegenpressing. It's not that kind of football, and you will never expect it. It will be a boring football where you will have to look first about balance and then about attacking. That's Allegri. You like, you don't like. But stats, guys, are not lying. Then it is what it is. It is what it is. Guys, I believe personally, and I repeat, Allegri is not even my favorite coach, but I don't know how many coaches would have been able to do what Allegri is doing today with the team we have. We already don't have the perfect team. You are always complaining. You are complaining about Bentancur. You are complaining about Alexandro. You are complaining about De Sciglio, about Bernardeschi, about Dybala, some people, because blah, 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 blah. You're complaining about everyone. Rabiot. And Juventus was that close with the disaster team, and with the disaster start to compete for the Scudetto this year. That close. If you didn't have the a Nirati referee, it was over. We were there. We were there. We were there, guys, my friends. It is what it is. Perfect season? Absolutely not. Disaster season for Juve? Absolutely yes. We are fourth, and we deserve to be fourth, and we are bad. It's true. Respect is important, I believe, to see both sides. Otherwise, we are not even speaking correctly, and then I don't like that. But that's my opinion, my friends. My opinion. Especially because Conte, you know that Conte is a great coach, yes, one of the best, yes, in terms of arriving at the club that is a disaster and building that club, putting really strict rules. We do this, we do that, we follow the game plan, and he's doing wonders. But then he's fighting with the management, then he's doing the snake, like now. He's speaking about going to Paris Saint-Germain after a few months at Tottenham. He did the same with Juventus. He was not happy. He left after the first day of pre-season. He never was able to do beautiful season when he had two competitions to manage, and we knew it because he went out really early stage in European competitions. With Inter, he was out of the groups in a quite easy group. Disaster, Shakhtar, Sheriff, these kind of things that I never heard in my life. So we have to put everything in balance for me. Then that's my thing. And that's why I will always defend when we don't respect what Allegri did and what he's working with. And we are defending an Italiano, and last time I was speaking, and I love Italiano, and I wish he will become the coach of Juventus. Sooner the better, but giving some times. Because what I had to hear was, yes, but he has double. No, Juventus has double the best players than Fiorentina. They are a lot stronger. They have a lot more budget. They have this, they have that, and it's normal that they lost versus Juve. A day before the game, they were hoping that Allegri was losing versus the beautiful football of Fiorentina, of Italiano, because he was the coach. Now they lost versus Salernitana. Fiorentina is much stronger as Salernitana. Nobody was speaking today. Xavi did 3 games where he was doing a tiki-taka with the ball. Xavi today is the best trainer of the world. If you are looking at facts, guys, facts, mathematics, really, facts that you can't discuss, is the worst coach in terms of winning percentage of the last 20 years of Barcelona. Today, the loss versus that strange small team of Spain in La Liga will even make it decrease, will even make it looking bad, looking worse than what it is, guys. It's facts. Give them time. Give them time. And then we will see. And you have to give also time to Allegri. Allegri that was able to do a 16 unbeaten run, stolen by the referee of Juve Inter. Give time for Allegri, give time for these young coaches, give them time to manage 2 games a week, to understand what it is to be in a big club. Give them time. Then, if you ask me, did you want Allegri back at Juve? I tell you the truth, no. I was not in big favor of Allegri back at Juve. He's our coach, he's back, I will back him. With what is he doing bad? What is Allegri doing bad? We want to speak about the bad things of Allegri. There are a lot. In the beginning, he didn't understand nothing about how to manage 5 subs. He said it in the first conference. He made the mistake versus Udinese. He made the mistake versus Empoli. Even if it was a chaos situation, he was overrating the team that he had in his hand. And maybe he didn't understand that in preseason he had to work a bit more. What else? Muscular injuries, because you can say whatever you want. That's a problem. That's a big problem. What else? Maybe adapting too much versus some teams giving them a bit too much possession. Something I don't like. It's true. A lot of mistakes made by Allegri. Balance, we are there. We are there. So that's what I wanted to say. I spoke too much. Because then people, they make me angry. Allegri Tomater's miracle coach. Miracle is maybe exaggerated, guys, because I don't want to be here to praise only Allegri because it's not true. The fact is that we are 4th and we never offered beautiful performances. It's also true. Then, to say he's not a good coach, he served on the way of Conte 5 years, 11 trophies. That makes me pissed. Ciao Taha. Ciao Beppe. Don't get me mixed with I'm Salah, but change name and wallpaper. That's why I was thinking. Today you have the Barcelona. Look, Barcelona flag in your paper. Let us know what you think about Xavi. That today, by the way, De Jong, he put him in the locker room. No, he subbed him. He was pissed off, De Jong, and he went immediately to the locker room. Will there be something about Mercato? Let's see. We saw Allegri with different players and we didn't complain. Let's get him players next season and then form an opinion. But we know Allegri. They will buy him whatever player. You will never have the entertainment that you are expecting. That's a fact. That's a fact. But a solid team that will not have the same roller coaster season of this year, that's a fact. Let's see. Martin, Allegri raised Juve level in the Champions League. Conte couldn't even reach a Europe League final in his own stadium. It's true, because he was crazy, because he can't manage two competitions at a time. We know it. I think tomorrow will be a fino alla fine match. Guys, I tell you, tomorrow I'm scared that we don't win. I'm scared that we don't win. I repeat it, I'm really scared that we don't win. I woke up like this today with negative feelings about tomorrow, and then on top of that, I'm watching the press conference, and Locatelli will not come back, and that doesn't change nothing for tomorrow, of course, because he was already out, but he will not be there for the rest of the season. Cuadrado, and this, mamma mia, disaster. Yeah, of course, he doesn't care. He has no respect. But the Juve rumors, my friend, it's normal now, Fal. This is football. Every single day you will have rumors about new players. That's beautiful. Maybe one day, Sam. Not today. Whatever you want, not today. Today, no. Guys, what do we want to speak about? Look, where is Fiorentina? Fiorentina is here. Where are they? Here, 56. We have 63 at the moment. Maybe tomorrow we go at +10 with half a team, because we have half a team. We have to be honest, half a team tomorrow. We played 2 competitions, Fiorentina played 1. From the moment they play 2 games, they have difficulties to manage it. This is the truth. In the future, maybe, and I hope so, because I want Italiano. Don't make me hate Italiano, please. I love Italiano. I love really Italiano. Don't make me hate him, because otherwise, if we start like that, guys, I go to sleep. Then I will have an obsession. I will say Italiano is bad. It's not true. It's a great coach. I love Italiano. Mamma mia. I love Tudor, but Tudor is not a coach for Juve, for example. He said it himself. Managing a small team is one thing. Managing a big team, egos, is another thing. When you have the pressure of obligate result, 2 games in a week, big egos in the locker room, it's totally a different job. Sarri, he said it himself. He said, guys, I can't train because they are playing too much. There is no time to implement the ideas of football. I can't even explain the guys what they have to do. It's 1 game a week. You are a coach. On Monday you play on Sunday. You give them free on Monday. On Tuesday you start. Until Sunday you prepare 1 game. What they have to do, the movements, the players, you change, you watch some videos, you do this, you do that, you do physio, this, everything, resting, sleeping, coaching, this, watching video, tactical, technical, you improve, you try, you integrate some small players, you let them train, and then you play your game, and then it's over, and you start again, full week. When you are playing 2 games a week in a season with the pressure of obliged win, because if Fiorentina today they lost, who cares? Nobody cares that today Fiorentina lost. It's not important. Their role is not to be in top 4 or winning the Scudetto. Their role is to do better than last year. And they already did. If they lose all the remaining game, they already did better. They already made Vlahovic even bigger in terms of value. That's what they are doing. They are working to increase the value of the player, to sell them, to build their new stadium, because they are doing really great things. It's a beautiful school, Fiorentina. They are doing really great with Vincenzo Italiano. From the moment you can't, because you are playing 2 games in a week, it's difficult, my friends. On Monday, you rest, because you play it on Sunday. You rest. On Tuesday, you train. Wednesday, you play a game. On Thursday, you rest. On Friday, you prepare a game. And probably on Saturday, you are playing again the game. And then it starts again. And you continue. And you continue. It's hard. Ciao Mohammad, thank you for the donation, my friend. Beppe, I think management will go for serious mercato or humble mercato. Our target next season will be max result or still building. Well, a lot of people are confusing, that's what I believe, when the rebuild started. Actually, if you are reading between the lines, the rebuild had to start next year. Next year, not even this year. That when the real rebuild of Juventus had to start next year. Why? Because normally this should have been the last season of Cristiano Ronaldo. We would have bought nobody except of Locatelli, and from next season, with the capital increase and so on, we would have gone on the mercato buying 1, 2, 3, 4 players and rebuilding. Assessment this year, playing with Cristiano Ronaldo the last season and then starting. A lot of things have changed because Cristiano Ronaldo left immediately. We couldn't replace him. We had to wait. We had that opportunity of Vlahovic, anticipating Zakaria. I believe that from next year, we are already a lot ahead of what we were initially thinking. I believe that Juventus next year, they have to go to win the Scudetto. Not ready to play versus a Liverpool, a Manchester City, Paris Saint-Germain, Bayern Munich. Then miracles always happen. Look at the Ajax, look at the Villarreal, look at the Porto. You know, that one season wonder. This kind of thing happen in football. But reaching constantly their level, it's not for now. For Serie A, I believe that we already anticipated a lot. With the capital gain, with Vlahovic, with Zakaria, with Allegri, that already did his mistakes and he will not do the same mistakes again next year, taking a really big decision of stopping with Paulo Dybala. Don't forget that. So I believe that we will go for a serious mercato. But a serious mercato doesn't mean that every single position will be fulfilled with the top number 1 priority. I'm just saying, you can't go for Mbappé, Sergej Milinkovic-Savic, and Renan Lodi. It's not possible. It is not possible to have the 3. I'm exaggerating with Mbappé, but let's say Gabriel Jesus. Okay, that's a bit more understandable. You can't go for Gabriel Jesus, Sergej Milinkovic-Savic, and Renan Lodi, because Renan Lodi is between 40 and 50 million. Sergej Milinkovic-Savic is probably 60, 70 million. Gabriel Jesus probably 30, 35 million euro, because it's his last year of contract if Pep Guardiola decided to leave him because they are buying Holland. But you never know in football. On top of that, you still have to pay Chiesa, you still have to pay Locatelli, and you have to take some decision what you do with Morata. You have to take a decision what you do with Ken. It's hard, huh? So probably they will go, they will try, and maybe they will have the opportunity of Sergej Milinkovic-Savic, maybe, huh? And then they will go for 25 million, 30 million for Raspadori, and they will go for Emerson Palmieri on loan on the left. Am I happy with Emerson Palmieri? No. But at least I focused on my midfield and I have an alternative for Alexandro. Guys, it will be hard. We have to check for a center back. We tried for Rudiger. Rudiger, he wanted crazy amount of money. Not possible. So you give up. You give up and you go for other positions. And the name that is coming is the one that I'm seeing in the chat. Thank you again for your donation, Mohammed. It's Di Maria. It's Di Maria. Di Maria is that opportunity that could be beautiful. When I heard it, I made a video about it. I don't know if you saw it or not, if you watched it or not, but from the moment I saw the name of Di Maria, my first reaction was like, don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm hesitant. And then I started thinking logically. I said, why should Juventus go for Di Maria? And then I thought, I made a long video, I will not repeat everything, but 4-3-3, he's a right winger, he can play also on the left, he can play as a trequartista, he can do that role. He's a real one that is 117 assists with Paris Saint-Germain. So it's a player that can feed Vlahovic, what we are missing today. He's a player that wants to play 1 or 2 more years in Europe before going back to Argentina. He's a player that is not going with a 15-20 million euro salary. He's about a 7-8 million euro. Can be a mentor. If you have a player like that, guys, for free, you just pay the salary, you save money for someone on the midfield, someone big. I'm excited. I'm really excited. And he can be a mentor for a young player like Mathias Soulé. He can be that mentor for him. Buonanotte. Good evening, Matej. Just started the live from the beginning. Hey, if you start, then you will be probably a bit late. So from the moment, Matej, you will be back here after 51 minutes of live. Hello to Matej. Wolf, what is Wolf saying? If Juve decided to sell Ronaldo by itself, we would have a better season this year. Selling Ronaldo by yourself, it's a tough decision. It's a difficult decision, my friends, because Ronaldo, guys, from the moment you have him, it's difficult to just decide. Also because you need a team that wanted to buy him. And don't forget it was hard. Like Paulo Dybala now. Not at the level of Cristiano Ronaldo, because he's 28, because he doesn't win 31 million euro, but a bit less, a lot less, 7.5. How many teams are really interested in Paulo Dybala? To give him a project, center of the project, to be there, to play, to have that money? Not a lot, 3-4 teams. So it's not about you decide or not. Juventus was decided to sell Cristiano Ronaldo. It was over. Project was over. They tried. A lot of mistakes made by Juve. A lot of bad luck with COVID, with everything like that. Disaster. Some changes of coaches that didn't work. If you add up everything, then you finish with a disaster result. We wanted to stop, but the problem is that Cristiano Ronaldo didn't find any team. Matej, we already wrote read Matej. Ciao Rob. By the way, guys, Robbie has a channel of YouTube. If you have the time, go and watch. Go and watch and subscribe to the channel of Rob that is doing beautiful edits. Alexander Isak is a really great player. That's a nice name. I like. It's not that expensive, for Di Maria, for free for 2 years. I sign, my friends. Di Maria, Raspadori, and Morata for attack would be a good mercato, not including the other positions. So, Morata, Juventus wants to go for Morata only at reasonable prices. Something that at the moment Atletico Madrid is not disposed to do, because they are dealing also with Arsenal and so on and so on. There is some interest for Morata for 30-35 million euro. Juventus doesn't want to spend that money, 35. They are saying we go for 15, max 20 if we find a creative solution, but not for 35. So that will be an important one, because the last news are saying that Atletico Madrid, they don't care about 15 million. They want a lot more, and they will be tough to deal with. I understand the principle, because they said 10 million, then the price is 35. If you pay 10, you pay 10, and you say, now we change, we want to give 15. You are not really respecting the initial agreement. So I understand Atletico Madrid saying no. If nobody is interested in Morata, you can negotiate. If you have teams interested in Morata, Atletico Madrid will say, fuck off. Gravus, he extended his membership 3 months. Third month, la Juve in vantaggio, forza Juve, la Juventus in vantaggio, that's a beautiful one, here. Ale, 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 oh, ale, 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 oh, ale, 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 oh. Grande, grande Gravus. Amer, ciao Beppe, tomorrow is a tough one. With all these missing players, people flaming Allegri all season should realize he's playing with half of the squad all season and underperforming players the other half. It's true. It's true. Guys, tomorrow our starter is Rabiot, the one that we are bashing since the beginning of the year. No, since 3 seasons. He's a starter. Tomorrow you are obliged to play with Bernardeschi that will not be renewed. You are playing with Dybala that will not be renewed. So you have 2 players. Mentally, I don't know what performance they will give on the field. I don't know. You are playing with Rabiot that is playing game in, game out without resting. Tomorrow is a tough one, eh? Buonasera, Siamak. Buonasera. It's a really tough one. Aman, cool and new animations on the like button. Guys, try the new like button because we have 96. 96, not a lot. Actually, today I didn't want to start defending Juve. I wanted to say that tomorrow will be a tough game. Sassuolo is a team with Fratesi, with Raspadori, that... Where are they, by the way? Where are they in the ranking? Let me check where they are in the ranking. Can we check or not? Yeah. If you are looking at the ranking, ranking is saying that Sassuolo is 10th with 46 points. They are out of relegation zone. They will not compete for the Scudetto. They will not compete for top 4. They will probably not even compete for the European positions. Verona is even higher than them with 3 points. Tomorrow, hopefully, the same margin because that means that Juventus won. But Sassuolo has nothing to lose. And what do they want to do? These players like Scamacca, Fratesi, Raspadori, Berardi, they want to show. They want to show that they can beat Juve, like they already showed that they beat Inter or big teams in the past, Milan and so on, Napoli. They want to show that they deserve to be the beautiful storytelling, the fairy tale of Serie A, because they want to show, they want to increase their value, and they want to be sold and win a lot of more money. Raspadori, for example, today is not earning a lot of money. Not at all. Scamacca, the same. That's why we were able to also offer a really nice contract to Locatelli, because coming from Sassuolo, you don't earn a lot of money. Pay attention, and these crazy salaries are for only the big teams in Europe. Otherwise, Sassuolo is not paying a lot. They want to become millionaire and being able to buy a car and these kind of things. So tomorrow they will give everything. Tomorrow we'll give everything. We even reach over the 100 likes. We have 112.
Thank you.
Thank you, my friends. Ciao, Aussie. I'm doing well. Katana is there. Katana is saying, Beppe, Morata needs to also want an Arsenal move. As long as he prefers to stay with Juve, we have an upper hand. It's also correct. And he really wants to stay at Juve. Now, pay attention, huh? Because if Morata stays, Morata will not be the starter anymore. Maybe in the beginning of the season. I'm already thinking about a Juve playing that 4-3-3 with Di Maria on the right, with Chiesa on the left, Vlahovic in the middle. Who is there as a backup? We have maybe a Raspadori on the left. We have maybe a Quadrado on the right. We need a backup for Vlahovic as well. We need a backup for Vlahovic. Otherwise, you go for the solution Morata. But Morata will not be happy to again play as a backup of Vlahovic in a role that he doesn't really like, that number 9 role. So pay attention if it's possible or not, because today he's happy, because Allegri, he reassured him, he said, don't go to Barcelona because we count on you, we will change your position, you will be a lot more happy, and that's correct, and he's also doing a lot more better than in the beginning of the season. But But. Ciao Victor! Grande, thank you. Cynical Skeptic, man, that new like button animation is catchy. You know what? I will go as well. I will do the same, my friends. Let me put a like myself. I want to see that new animation of the likes. Wait, let me put a like. Mamma mia, wow! Guys, perfect. Do it. Seriously. The new animation of the like is perfect. You have to do it. Ahmed Tudor, sento dei giocatori del Sassuolo che valgono 50 milioni, ma noi siamo davanti. Tudor was speaking about it today, and yesterday, I think it was yesterday. He said every time they are speaking and praising all the Sassuolo players and Sassuolo is doing great and this. He was not happy because he said, yeah, but at the end we are 3 points above Sassuolo. And he's correct, because nobody's speaking a lot about Verona, but Verona is doing again a beautiful, and they were 9th and 1 position over Sassuolo. They are doing again a beautiful Serie A. Buonanotte, Sassa. Tony is saying it as it is. Milinkovic-Savic hopefully will want to play with his fellow Serbian but guys, if you want the last news about Mercato, Milinkovic-Savic wants to go for Juve. He really wants to go. He prefers to stay in Serie A. He wants to go to Juventus. We know that Serbian people, they love Juve as well. They know Serie A really well. Maybe because when they were kids, they were watching Serie A because, I don't know, more than another league, but they really like Serie A, and Sergio Milinkovic-Savic is happy. He really would love to go to Juve. It's not the first time, It's not the first time. The problem is not Sergio Milinkovic-Savic. The problem is Lotito. I'm convinced about Quadrado on the left. Bah, Wolf. Quadrado, we saw him one time on the left. It was versus Roma last year with Pirlo. It was in the beginning of the season, maybe the second. It was the second game of last season, after the really beautiful, perfect win versus Sampdoria 3-0. I believe that was the score. We do 2-2 in Roma with a Quadrado that is on the left, and he was a disaster, a real disaster. Just to tell you, he never ever played that position. The third game, he was on the bench. And then he started to be a top player with Pirlo. He did everything, best season ever for Quadrado last season, individually. But on the left, he's a disaster, Quadrado. Really, because he doesn't have the same automatism to play, the skills to go on the right side and so on. When he's dribbling, it's hard for him. Raspadori and Morata are similar. No, it's different. The position is similar, but it's totally two different players. Really different. Albanese said Sule will be in the first team next year. No, because I know Giovanni Albanese. I've read the article. It was badly translated. It was bad translated by the people. Because the people, they translated Sule will be in the first team. It's not true. Albanese was writing an article saying from that missed penalty with under 19 in the youth league, the one that caused actually the elimination in semi-final, and great journey for our under 19, to the plan to have Matthias Sule a bit more in first team and maybe even constantly in first team. So there is a plan for Sule to give him more opportunities from next season with the first team. It never said that Matthias Sule will be a first team player. I know, I saw that the accounts, they translated bad because they read a bit they don't understand really Italian or a bit Italian, and they translate. It was wrong, my friends. I'm sorry to tell you, it's wrong. The article is wrong. Now, if you want to, I can tell you, because I wrote actually before Giovanni Albanese and before Romeo Agresti. I'm a bit proud of that. I can show you guys what I've tweeted. So if you go to my tweets, what are they saying? My tweets, April. By the way, guys, This one is really great. Severance on Apple TV. Really, really fantastic. And then I also saw The Dropout. That is fantastic as well. So what did I tweet yesterday? Yeah, yesterday at 12:40 p.m. I said, so before all the big news and so on, I wrote, if we sign Di Maria, we need his backup as well. Angel didn't play 30 games in Liga, blah, blah, blah. Instead, he's a big player from Champions League. And then I said, in a 4-3-3, he's the future. He's a great fit. The cheap backup is Matthias Soulé. That's what I've written at 12:40, okay? 12:40. Then I started working on my video. And at 3:50, I've wrote, as Romeo Agresti said, Di Maria has been offered to Juventus. For me, it's a big yes, with Matthias Soulé learning from his mentor. So if you're looking, actually, Romeo Agresti, he has tweeted about Di Maria. He has tweeted at 2:40, while I was actually starting to record my video, and that's where I put it in. But so I was thinking, logically, if we have a Di Maria with Quadrado his last year at Juve, because he extended for only 1 year, it would be logical to have the new Di Maria already so that he can grow. It's totally logic. Then, a few hours later, what do we have? We have Giovanni Albanese, and it's really a few hours later that is actually writing, wait, let me go, the article, here. The article of Giovanni Albanese is at 6:10 p.m. So it's quite late in the evening, so 4 or 5 hours after my initial tweet, saying Soulé behind the failed penalty, the plan of Juve to launch him in first team. That's the news. There is a plan, and then if you read the article, we can go on, guys. I will not read everything because I already read it, so you have to trust me. But if you go in the article, there is a big article when they are speaking, they are explaining the perspective to launch him more, to have him more consistently, and so on and so on. But he never said that he will be a first team player. That's why I always say, guys, pay attention to what you read. Pay attention, because it's always that subtlety of the Italian language that is not always correctly translated. Then this is what it is. Romeo Agresti, as your guest, would be insane. I will ask him to come soon. But today, guys, he was at Juventus, so I was listening to what he was saying. I was messaging him also today and yesterday about that Di Maria situation, because I tweeted Di Maria, he tweeted Di Maria, and then we were speaking about it. So it was quite funny. Guys, it's serious, huh? Juventus is on Di Maria. Huh? Then, a lot of things has to be considered. Physical condition, the age, the salary, which destination he wants to go, because apparently Barcelona is on him as well. There is another team that is on him. He has a few opportunities, so let's see where he will go. I would love him to go. It's not about big brain, Zakir. It's just that sometimes I see some things on internet where I say, bah, mamma mia. But that's also why I started a channel, huh? That's why I started a channel, because I saw some people translating things that had no sense. Like Del Piero, what was it? I don't remember. Del Piero will be at the stage. No, it was written from some accounts. Del Piero, nobody knew that he would have been in the stadium. The management didn't know that Del Piero would be at the stadium. How is that possible, guys? I work for Juventus. I work for Juve. I had the shirt of Del Piero there. You know that I'm changing always. I had the shirt of Del Piero there. I already prepared the videos of Del Piero, the last goal of Del Piero for the live. Everything was ready. No, nobody knew. The management didn't know. First of all, it's a really strange news. First. Then I said, but where is that coming from? So I went to the original tweet, and it was in Italian. And it was totally something different. It was written, the news didn't leak until a few moments before Del Piero arrived at the stadium. But from the leak didn't leak, the news didn't leak 2, the management didn't know. That's a big mistake. The problem is then people, they start hating the management because the management is shit, because they never invite Del Piero, because they were obliged to let him enter. Then the people are doing fantasies about something that is totally not right. And then it is what it is. Tielemans is a good player. He's always in the, you know how it works, Mercato, guys. I hope you know. You have a paper. You have a paper. It's white. You have a pen. I don't have a pen here. I don't have a pen. I will do it with that. Okay? And they make this goalkeeper backs, defender, midfielder, and strikers, depending the categories. Okay, they make this, guys. I don't know if you are able to see it or not. And then they go with who is the top fantasy for the midfield. I'm just saying like that, is SMS. The top name for the striker is Mbappe. I'm just writing like that. For defenders is Rudiger. Okay. Then who is your second option? It's Salah. It's Anthony. It's Gabriel Jesus. It's Zaniolo. It's Raspadori. I'm inventing names, my friends. That's the one that I remember by heart. They make a list like this, okay? And then they will start going to the entourage of the players. They will go to Salah. They will call him. They say, Salah, are you interested? Because we know that you are a free agent. And he will say, no. And it's over. And then they take and they say, no. Salah, interested? Look, wait a bit. I'm not saying no, but wait a bit. Anthony, I don't know. Maybe yes. I'm just saying it. I'm inventing, guys. Okay, Anthony is here. Then they keep Jesus. No, you want to go to Arsenal. Okay. Zaniolo, yes. Okay, maybe. Okay. Raspadori, yes. And you have, from that list, you have 4 players, okay? And that's why you are hearing in the papers, in the front pages and so on, you are hearing Juventus is interested in Gabriel Jesus, in Salah, in Anthony. It's not because it's fake news. It's because Juventus really goes to these players' entourage. They call, are you interested? Is there a possibility? Yes or no? Some players are saying, why not? Like Dybala, maybe. Atletico Madrid called him, Milan, Inter, Newcastle. He will not go to every single team. So all the teams, the fans of these teams, mamma mia, Dybala will come. One team will be happy and the supporters, all the other ones will be sad. It's not that Dybala never spoke with these teams, so it's not always fake news. It's true news, but that doesn't mean that he will sign. And that's why you are people, a bit earlier, they were saying, I'm tired of all the news. This is Mercato, my friends. This is the way of working in Mercato. You go with the club, you go to the player, you go to the entourage, and then you filter. Then, I'm just saying, guys, midfield, SMS, Pogba, Fratesi. I'm just saying like this, Fratesi, give me another one, Jorginho, okay. Let's say, it's an example, Okay, let's say that from the strikers, I'm just inventing, the one that is the most opportunity to sign is Salah. I'm inventing, guys. He will not join Juventus. Salah. Okay, that means that you have spent a lot of salary and budget on Salah. That means that in the other column, probably you will have to go to Fratesi. Because the big budget is for Salah. Imagine the reverse. Salah is not possible, but who is possible from the strikers is Raspadori. If it's Raspadori, you go to the other column and maybe you can do an effort for SMS. Doesn't mean that Fratesi didn't want to come, that Juventus was not interested. It depends. It's a budget. And this is how Mercato works at the end. And then you have a lot of more things. You have the players, their family, you have the clubs, you have the agents. This is Mercato. You know it, huh? Mercato is crazy, my friends. No, I never heard Lewandowski at Juve. He will not come to Juve. Thomas, the news on Soulé is obvious because this is not the time to fully promote youth to the men's team. In the summer, maybe. Well, I believe that Soulé will be. I made a video about it. I think it's a logical news to give the chance to Soulé next year in first team, especially if you have no Dybala anymore, you have no Kulusevski anymore. Because don't forget, on top you had Cuadrado, Dybala, Kulusevski. They were all playing there. That kind of position when we were playing a 4-3-3, all playing there. And it was a problem for you. Too many players. Even Chiesa is playing there in that position normally on the right. Luckily, he's able to play also on the left. That's a problem. So how can you play Soulé there if you have 120 choices? Even Marley Ake, that is a bit older, that is a bit more experienced because he already played at Marseille in Champions League and so on. How can you give it a chance? But Kulusevski is gone, Dybala will be gone, Cuadrado will not be the center of the project, the starter anymore, but he will be the joker on the bench next season. That's totally different. That's totally different. Out of all things, we really have to improve our right and left back position. But left back, the names that they are speaking about are Renan Lodi, Renan Lodi, Raum from Hoffenheim, Marcos Alonso, Emerson Palmieri. That's it. Udogie from Udinese. These are the names. Who will be the more likely to come? Probably an Emerson Palmieri. Because if you want to go for Renan Lodi, you're putting your big money on the left back to Renan Lodi. Great, huh? But do you want to sacrifice all that money and not buy, like what I just explained with the papers? Big money there, you buy Fratesi and Raspadori. Are we happy with Renan Lodi, Fratesi and Raspadori? I don't know. It's easy. I can also complain. Buy Salah, SMS, Rudiger, Renan Lodi, and Donnarumma. It's easy. It's not true. He will be a top player. Hey, George, go to bed. Tomorrow you have school. I'm about to close, by the way. Roberto, I don't like how we are getting rid of Dybala for a player who is talented but far past his prime. Need to build the future. I don't know if you saw the video or not, Roberto, but I explained really well why this is. And I think it's totally logic. Dybala, guys, Dybala is out of Juve's project since 3 years now. Since when we really wanted to put him on the market to swap him with Lukaku when he was at Manchester United before going to Inter. So he didn't want to go. Then he did with Sarri. It was the season of Sarri. And then something broke between Dybala and management of Juve. Dybala was pissed off with Paratici. Paratici was pissed off with Dybala. Do you remember all the rumors that they were there? the Agnelli that said he wants a top 3 salary in the world, but he's not even a top 10. So he will have a top 20 salary, but not top 10. Do you remember Agnelli speaking about that? Nedved speaking about him needing to do a bit more efforts to train and so on. Do you remember? It's not news, the problem with Dybala and Juve in terms of behaviors, in terms of not being happy about the contract, about this, about that. Guys, if you really go and you take all the archives of what is the story of the last 3 years of Dybala, guys, behaviors during COVID, he was at a party with McKennie, with Arthur. We are speaking about one of the captains of Juve, guys. About doing like this with the name, with Sarri on the bench. He was showing the management doing it again versus Udinese. I don't have to prove nothing. Going to the Milan show, and I don't care about him going to the fashion show in Milano. Not even being able at 28 to have an agent that is representing you. On top of that, you are not even consistent on the field when you are not injured, and when you start playing, you are injured because you are not even able to be there for the important parts of the season, and your injury history is starting to grow. So, guys, what do you want to do with Paulo Dybala? You saw him the last 3 games. Tomorrow, I'm scared. I said tomorrow we play versus Sassuolo. They have nothing to lose. They are not even battling for relegation. They will go. They will give whatever they have. They want to do well versus Juve. And we will play with a Bernardeschi out of contract and with a Paulo Dybala that is not doing really well. He entered well versus Fiorentina. That's true. I don't know, I don't know, my friends. So, and about Di Maria, I just explained it. More assist man, more fitting a 4-3-3 on the left, on the right. Can be a mentor in a position, can bring some leadership. Is he ideal? Do you want to give me a Salah? Okay, I take Salah. But there is no Salah. So Di Maria is a player that can give something for 2 years while you are growing your youth product at home. Instead of loaning him, you're growing him at home. There is a lot of things that makes totally sense. Raspadori is playing on the left. He's not playing on the right. Roberto, what do you want? We are looking for someone on the right. And Raspadori, with all the respect to Raspadori, this year at Sassuolo is playing a 4-2-3-1 in a lot of games as a number 10. We are not playing with a number 10 anymore in the future. We are playing in a 4-3-3 normally. We are not looking to replace Dybala. I want Raspadori. I like Raspadori. But he's not a starter for Juve at the moment. He just started playing well now and okay and fine. He's more playing on the left side in a 4-3-3. So he can be a sub for Chiesa. Why not? Let's see. But I don't know. I don't want to blame Orellana because at the end you make your own choices in life, Bogdan. You make your own choices in life always. I remember when he was with his first girlfriend, and when it was over the story, he started to be in a depression phase, and he was not playing well because he was sad. I remember that. It's a long time ago. He was not doing well. And then finally he found that new girlfriend, Oriana, and he was super motivated. He was doing super well. He was happy, and so I think that at the end we can find an excuse is because Oriana or no, it's because of Dybala. Here, mentally, you can't just playing at the club like Juve and perform when you are happy in your life. He had a lot of problems. Ex-agent with the sponsorship, with the image rights, with everything, and that didn't help him. But when you are 28 and you were supposed to be after Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi, you should have been the next pot with the Neymar, with him and 2-3 other players, and then you have the next one. There are the Mbappe, Holland, and maybe Vlahovic. He never reached that. He never reached that. No, Berardi is a disgusting player, my friends. He's an Interista that refused Juve 150 times, so too late. And even when you are watching him with Italy, when the pressure is too big, he's doing shit. Look at the Euro 2020 was also not really good. We were blaming him and Immobile. No. Grande Locatelli. Beppe, I mentioned you on Twitter thread about Jorginho's missed penalty today if you want to check. But I can't show videos, otherwise they will ban my channel, of course, so I will not watch if it's video, I will not. Then I have problems, my friends. But about Jorginho, look, Jorginho is a player, but I'm repeating what I'm always saying, but Jorginho is a player that I'm not 100% convinced, but if he needs to join Juve, I would say, let's go. It's not video. Okay, looks like it's not video, so I can show it. So if we have to go for Jorginho, I believe that Allegri can do really something great with Jorginho. Jorginho as a midfield, as a regista with Locatelli and Zakaria, I would not say no. I think it's already a big upgrade of what we have, but I would put in his contract that he doesn't take the penalties. I would put really in his contract that he's not taking the penalties. Mamma mia, disaster. Today was a disaster. I saw the penalty that he missed, but I don't want to go through all of them. He missed a lot. Then pay attention, because it's a player that he knows how to take the penalties, but he lost himself. I think that the World Cup qualifiers versus Switzerland and so on, also the one that he missed at Euro 2020, mentally it's hard for him. So if you want to join, yes, but you put in your contract that you don't take any penalty. Allegri needs a technical experienced player for some games. Allegri is a tactical coach. He needs options in this game. It's true. Thomas, any idea on a Vlahovic sub? We spoke about it. I have no news on why. Then, thinking logically, because I don't know how Vlahovic is from the bench. I know Vlahovic as a starter. I don't know, but also at Fiorentina, he was the starter, undiscussed. I don't know what's the impact of Vlahovic from the bench. I don't know. So why do you want to keep him on the bench? Maybe because Allegri saw him a bit tired after the Coppa Italia, after playing nearly every game with Juve. Maybe because he's at risk suspension. I don't know the reason. I don't know the reason, my friends. Maybe because of this at risk suspension, and we don't want to miss him versus Fene. I don't know. Really strange. But it doesn't mean that he will be on the bench tomorrow. It's just a prediction from Fabiana. Ciao, Gabriel. Shatterstar. Ciao, Beppe. Our enemies messed up this week. We need a win tomorrow. Absolutely. Absolutely. Tomorrow we will see a good game. Trust me. I want to trust you. The problem is I don't trust... I don't know. I'm scared. Grodino is back. Grodino is back. I said my wife I need Grodino for life. So... So we spoke about everything, guys? The replacement for Giorgio. If he leaves, guys, Rudiger is impossible. Bremer will go to Inter. We will have Gatti. Gatti played in second division, my friends. Pay attention. Don't expect Gatti to be the... The problem is that there are not a lot. There are not a lot. I don't know if Juventus really want to go and pay the clause of Milinkovic. I don't even know if it's true that clause of Milinkovic, because his contract will end in 23. But we already bought Chiesa, we already bought Vlahovic. Maybe there is that agreement, gentleman's agreement, to say, you know what, we will leave you alone. Maybe. Maybe that's why we don't go on Fiorentina, Milinkovic. I don't know, my friends. There was a name today. They were speaking about Acerbi, that will be out of contract with Lazio. When I saw the game of today, Lazio Milan, I hope not. I hope not. For Vlahovic sub, I meant the backup strike. For the I don't know. They are looking at a kind of Giroud, not Giroud, but a kind of Giroud, experienced player that is okay to be on the bench. There are not really a lot of names. Not Belotti, because Belotti, after being captain of Torino, he doesn't want to go to Juve. Doesn't feel it. But not Belotti, but that kind of Giroud player. Ciao, Anthony Quintero. It's indeed a long time. But that's good. That's good that you have work, actually. No, I will not tell you the message. By the way, that's good that you remind me, because I have to answer. No, I trust you. Just that I told you since long that this season would be a roller coaster of emotions. And when you expect it the less, you will lose some points. Tomorrow is a match winner. It's a decisive game, and that makes me scared that you miss it. Let's see. But I think, you know what, an Acerbi can be... you can't, in one session of Mercato, you can't go for strong, because imagine, it's also human relation. Chiellini leaves, okay? Imagine if you go for a top, you will pay him money, you will pay him a lot of salary, and then you will start having the need to rotate, because you have a Gatti, because you have a Bonucci, because you still have a Rugani, you have Cerbi as well, and then you do something totally different. That can happen. Are we still live? Guys, are we still live? Can someone tell me if we are still live? I saw something, kind of bug. Not sure. We are. Mamma mia. I saw a kind of a restart or something like that. It was a beautiful smile of Acerbi. So thank you, guys. So, guys, this is it for me for today. It was a really nice live. We spoke, according to me, again, too much about Allegri, not Allegri, Allegri. Yeah, there was a glitch. There was a glitch. I don't know what happened, because my timer of the live went again at 0 minutes. Okay. I saw it. That I stopped for a few seconds. So tomorrow important. Let's see how we'll play, with Vlahovic, without Vlahovic. I'm curious. I'm really curious. I have the new PC. Yeah, I have. Last time I did a live on the Juve channel. It was perfect. Let's see. Taha is saying, every time that Barcelona lose, my day gets ruined, but you fixed it. Thank you for that. But soon you will be a Juve fan, Taha. I told you, you will be a Juve fan. Ciao Lars, my friend. Aldo. So let me say hello to the people. Ciao Lars, Aldo, Bogdan, Rakan, Locatelli, Justin, Gabriel, Thomas, AZ. Kebab. Today I ate a kebab, by the way. That's why I need to go to sport now. Ciao everyone. Ciao my friends. Tomorrow video in the morning, and then we go with the game. on the Juve channel and then post game here. Grazie, forza, Juve.